You are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So finally, after 100 years in exile, the Boyles make a triumphant return to Ireland. It's been a long wait, but fucking it's good to be back. It's good to be back home. To be honest with you, it looks exactly like Australia at the moment. I'm in an estate surrounded by Indians pretty much, so it's good to be in Ireland. Fucking landed in Ireland on the back of 1 hour sleep. When I did the podcast the other day talking about how I took cocaine for like the first time in, I don't know when the last time I took cocaine was, who knows. But when I talked about that, there was a bunch of people who sent me a message saying I really needed to hear that about cocaine. I needed to hear that because I'm off the drink and the cocaine fucking fairy has been calling out my name. I've been hearing the siren's bell or song, whatever the fuck it is. Well, I'm happy to be the fucking canary in the coal mine. You do not need to be doing cocaine. No one needs to be doing cocaine. It's the biggest myth of a drug there's ever been ever in the history of drugs. And I have another one you can knock off the list as well. Ketamine. If you are sober and you had been hearing the sirens call for ketamine, let me just tell you, there's no need. There's no need to do it. Unless you want to experience what it feels like to have cerebral palsy and retardation at the same time, then you can also knock ketamine off your fucking list. Because that's what it is. It is cerebral retardation. You can't move, you can't think, and you can't speak. I hadn't done ketamine since I was like, God knows when. I can't even remember the last time I did ketamine. I remember we were doing a fair bit of it when I was like 18, 19, before I moved up to Sydney. And then when I'd go back down to Melbourne and visit mates, I'd do a little bit then. So like maybe like 2022. Maybe it's been like 15 years since I've done ket. And I remember it back then, I kind of liked it, but I was always drunk. So the drinking was the main thing, and then the ketamine on top of it was like whatever. It was nice. You're not really meant to take ketamine while you're drinking, but fucking I'm not drinking to take ketamine. So it's like, I just feel like, I honestly feel like you can get much more out of just like meditation. Like you'll have much more insight and like profound experience if you just sit in a room in silence breathing for half an hour a day. If you do that, you are 1,000 times better off doing that than fucking banging like 30 lines of ket and sinking into the couch and looking at some other idiot's head. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, just exercise, meditate, read a book. That will get you to where you think you're going, taking all these drugs 1,000,000 times faster than the drugs will. So ketamine is another one that's on the fucking scrap heap. I think they're using it for PTSD, aren't they? Treating like fucking returned soldiers with ketamine. I don't know how they're treating them with ketamine. I don't know how that would work actually. Maybe you just take a real big dose of it and see what happens. I don't know, but I see no reason I ever need to take ketamine ever again. Cocaine, no reason. I think when I return back to Australia, I think I'm done with it all. I think I'm going to take my own advice and I'm just going to fucking exercise, meditate, and read books. That's my jam. That's where I need to be getting my profound insights. And here's another thing I've noticed as well. I haven't been tempted with booze at all. Like, the booze hasn't even been an issue. I'm sitting at pubs with these Irish guys, comedians, they're all pissing up, and I'm just sitting there fucking drinking waters. Not a problem. Enjoying myself too. But because I have no hard and fast rule with drugs, I sort of flimsily said, yeah, I'm going to take some hallucinogens, like just natural stuff, some shrooms and stuff like that. Like nothing actually set in stone. Like I have no fucking rules. So I am susceptible when people fucking whip out drugs to indulging in them. I can still say no. I can easily say no, like, nah, I'm not interested tonight. Can't be fucked. Don't want to do it. But when you're surrounded by it, everyone's doing it, there's plenty around, people are offering you have no rules. My willpower is not as strong, especially after this hellish fucking Edinburgh festival. That actually finished all right. I need to process the festival as well. So when the Ket came out, I was like, nah, I don't really. I've got a flight to catch. I'm heading into fucking Ireland. I don't need to be doing this, but I have no rules. And it is the last night, I'm not going to see these guys for a while. It's been an experience. Why don't we'll just have a little try of the Ket, yeah? And then I think I had like 4 or 5 lines or something like that. And that's me done. I'm done with Ket now. When I get back to Australia, I think it's done. I think I'm done. I'm quitting drugs. It's not even that they're a problem. At the moment, if I was surrounded by them and I had no rules like I will only ever take mushrooms. That's a rule. So anything other than mushrooms, never take. That would be a rule. Or I will only take drugs starting with the letter M. Methadone, MDMA, heroin, cocaine, all the good M ones. That's another rule. But if you have no fucking rules, if you're just out there, if I was surrounded by drugs, I probably would end up with a problem. So my drug days are coming to a fucking end as well. I just don't need them at all. Anyway, I'm fucking in Ireland and my mate Mark is waiting for me in the house. I'm doing this in his car. He's already about fucking 7 beers deep because he's so excited to have the Boyle over. He's not even that excited, trust me. He has a baby in the house, a 6-week-old and a 3-year-old daughter, and he is just happy to have an excuse to get fucking hammered. And so we're going to hit Dublin. I'm going to be the designated driver, and we'll see how that fucking goes. Anyway, it is good to be in the motherland. That'll do for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you the fuck later.